Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and we have a couple knife unboxings here. Starting off, we're going to check out the WE Knives Quark. Now, this is a neck knife, but what I think is really cool about it is that it is an all titanium and M390. And you see we have the chain down here in the pouch. Now, this comes in a couple different versions, so they do have a carbon fiber sheathed one. Now, you have M390 steel, a dual chisel ground blade for opening things up. I love that the sheath is made out of titanium. And like I said, you can get a version with carbon fiber. It has a detent. You can see it pushing. I'm going to try to push it out. You can see it kind of pushing out right here. It's a little bar that locks in to the blade. And it has a magnet. So a little bit of both. And you kind of hear the shing sound when it comes out. The magnet helps pull it on before you snap it in. That bar right there, you know, is on like spring tension. So it can pop in and out behind the blade. You can see it kind of moving there. Now, it does come in a couple different colors. You can see the direction of which you need to put the blade in with this little track they put in there, which also adds a little bit of pop as well. Nice. I like the weight of it because while it's on the chain around your neck, it'll hang down really nicely right on your chest. The magnet helps you get it into the sheath. It's not something you're going to have to worry about falling out or anything like that. It does have a nice direct click along with the magnet. And then it should work good for opening things up. Nice little razor blade. So it'll be pretty handy for picking, maybe a little bit of scraping, or, if you just use it for opening things up. Now, sharpening it might be a little tricky, but I think if you're good at freehanding, you shouldn't have an issue. But and on a fixed angle system, it's going to be nearly impossible. So I would just recommend to strap it often, hone it, things like that. And I don't think it should be too much of an issue. Keep the same angle all the way across. Don't try to change angles between the two thicknesses, because this part is a little thick and then this one's nice and thin for the tip. I'm not sure if it needed a dual grind, but it's got one. They have their pivot right here on this side, so to, I guess, take it apart. And then you have a lanyard, or sorry, the hole back here for the chain. Or sorry, that is for a lanyard. Sorry. This side is for the chain, and then this side is for a lanyard. So you can have a lanyard and the chain, you can have the chain around your neck holding it on you, and then you can have a lanyard if you did want something extra to pull it out with. Another thing that's cool is when it's on the chain, it doesn't slide around because, it's looped through, so it's not sliding all around on the chain. It's pretty tight. You can pull it through still. And it was easy to loop it through. I did not have to take it apart. I just kind of, pushed it through. It goes through better on one side than the other. But yeah, it's stuck in one place pretty good. So it doesn't swing back and forth through the chain, or the chain going through the sheath, which is very cool. Let's check out this next one. Now, this next one is an Amazon purchase I did. Not sure. Let's check it out. I haven't opened it yet. Okay, so it reminds me of an old San Remu I had. Straightforward knife. I kind of like that. Ooh, beautiful blade. Nice hollow ground, coated stone washed blade. I can see it has a reversible non-deep carry clip, so this seems like a work knife to me. You know, so it'll be great to pull in and out of your pocket. Thumb stud action. Feels like it's on washers. Yes, it's on Teflon washers. So it'll only get smoother over time. And if I put some of OCD for EDC's Slickum on here, it would get mega smooth. If you guys don't know about Slickum, it's a lubrication for pivots and detents that OCD for EDC invented, and it's really good stuff. It works on washers or bearings, and it has a thicker consistency, so you don't have to worry about it if you put it on your detent, or if you put it on the bearings, you don't have to worry about it oozing onto your lock face. Nice smooth action though. I can tell it needs to break in, not drop shutty because it is on Teflon, but you know, that would smoothen out with a little Slickum on there. Good reverse flicking action. Like I said, I love the blade and the shape. It is D2 steel. Not a fan of the plunge grind, but it's a very affordable knife. The ergos are very comfortable because, you know, it's just a straightforward knife. I actually love this style of handle. G10 scales, nice and grippy G10. You know, and it already has that used look to it to an extent, so it's not something you're going to have to worry about beating up or anything. Now, I see it as a secondary lock. Let's look at the stop pin. Stop pin is a good size, but it has a secondary lock that you can engage. This should stop you from, yeah, so now I cannot unlock it. So I have to disengage this to unlock it. So that's just a safety feature if you were going to be really hard on it and you thought your lock might fail with whatever you're doing. You put that lock on there, now you're guaranteed it's not going to fail. Thumb studs are easy to get to. Lockup is 50%, 50-60%. Good access to the lock bar. The thumb studs are easy to use. They're not too slick, but yeah, they're pretty good. Easy to reverse. Look, the action's really good. I mean, especially, you know, for Teflon washers. Not sure about their steel, their heat treat, or anything like that. It is nice and centered. We have 2 standoffs. No weight relieving. Maybe a little bit of weight relieving, but not much. Couple little spots in there that they did some weight relieving, but it is pretty cool. Let's check it out now. Let's see. Ooh, we got a little side to side. Ooh, and some up and down. No, we got some lock rock, actual lock rock. If we engage this, still we have lock rock. Well, I could probably fix it. Not sure if it'd be worth it. I mean, I do have to muscle it, but yeah, that might break in. Sometimes when a knife is brand new, you can feel that. The lock face and the tang need to break in together. They're still slick, and over time of opening and closing it, it will create a better texture, you know, between the two metal parts, which won't slide against each other. But it's hard to say, you know, it might not get better. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the plunge grind, but, you know, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Let's see where it stops on the stop pin. So you could technically put a choil in if you wanted to. It's a beautiful blade shape to sharpen, you know, as long as the steel is good. T6 hardware. I mean, it's so cool. It's a good, comfortable knife. Seems like a great work knife. I love this blade shape. I love the grind. There's a lot to like here, but there's a couple things that are, you know, they're negatives. So, and significant negatives. Some people might not be able to look past some of these negatives. But as a work knife, as like a tool that you're going to beat up anyways, you know, it's arguable whether or not that's an issue. Because it's not like it has play, right? It has blade rock, or sorry, lock rock. So it's not like it has like play, you know. it has lock rock. So when I muscle it, the lock starts moving, which means it could fail if I spine whacked it or something like that. Not saying you should be spine whacking your knives, but if you're going really hard through a cut and you went to pull out of a cut, is there a chance of it folding on your fingers? It's possible. I don't think it's probable, but it's possible. Now, like I said, you can always engage that lock and then you don't have to worry about